Hey, what's up, it's mikeyperion here, and welcome back to another episode of tazzcraft SMP. And finally, we have found the nearest gravel mountain that we can ever find in this map. Dries and I did some exploration earlier and found this gravel mountain. And of course, I just went back here and set up the nether portal because we're still 3,000 blocks away from the base. And then I just started gathering some gravel here, and so far, here's the damage in this place. And of course, well, I already have hoarded 2 shulkers of these gravels for today's build because for today's episode, we are going to start doing some roadworks for our city. But of course, we are going to need tons and tons of concrete for our roads, of course. And yes, I just started recording here. So, well, I also have set up this nether portal right over here because just in case we needed some more gravel in the future, we can just easily go back here, right? But anyways, so, well, maybe while we're going back to the base, I wanted to discuss to you guys something about our video schedules. Well, because I know our schedule is all over, and the last time I did some planning on our video scheduling, I cannot follow on what we have committed. Well, so I just publish videos whenever I can. I know the downside about that is you guys might be confused when to expect my videos from our channel, but this time, well, I will really try my best to comply with the schedule that we are going to say. Well, for me, sometimes it's just because I got other stuff aside from YouTube, right? Well, I got my gigs and other personal stuff, but now I can say that I am a full-time YouTuber, but no, maybe 80% YouTuber. Well, because I still got my DJ gigs, right? However, for now, well, I got more free time, so I guess I can focus more on YouTube. Therefore, what I'm planning to do after the UHC series, so, well, I don't know when, right? Of course, that's for you guys to find out. Well, we are going to publish 3 videos in a week on a regular schedule, which is going to be every Monday, Thursdays, and Saturdays for tazzcraft. Of course, that's the only series that we got for now, except for the Let's Play series. Of course, we still got 2 episodes to go, but I am saving that for a special occasion, right? But anyway, so, well, if there are any special episodes, of course, it will be other days except for those days, except for Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Of course, well, for you guys at least to watch out or at least expect when to the videos will come in my channel, in our channel, of course. And why is this place is a little laggy though? But anyways, of course, maybe this started to becoming like a new Hyperion city where lag is everywhere because there's a lot of stuff going on. But I guess it's fine. I mean, the server is alright. And there's a delay on that sound though. But anyways, so far, well, here's what we have accomplished in the city. Well, we already got our platform, which I've done during the last episode. I know I squeezed so much work from the last episode, but I have to do it, right? Because this work right over here is pretty much boring because it's totally flat. But of course, you still get intricate details making this bowl shape. But of course, I'm really proud of it. But anyways, so, well, for today's episode, we are going to do the Roadwerkz. Of course, I'm just going to prep up for that. But anyways, so let me just pack up my things and I'll be back. And straight off to work. So now basically we're just doing some double half slabs, not triple. So on all of the sides of this circle, just to mark something like, you know, sidewalks besides the roads. I mean, on the sides of the road. So basically, I think it's pretty important, right? And maybe in the future, we can also add some fences on the sides. Of course, you don't want any people to fall in that water over there, right? And next, let's do the sidewalks in this manner. So basically, we're using prismarines as filling blocks, and we are going to top it with some half slabs. Of course, well, these are the materials that we currently have, especially that we have abundance of these materials. I guess we have no choice but to use them instead of, like, you know, going to waste. But anyways, I know this will look okay because we already have done it in the rows in the middle right over there. So, well, this is fine, right? And next, a layer of these sea lanterns. Of course, we have to make sure that everything is spawn-proof in our city. Of course, you don't want mobs or hostile mobs to haunt our citizens that we are going to bring in here for the next episode. Of course, well, just to make sure, we have to put a lot of this, and especially we have abundance of these sea lanterns. So I guess, well, it's very much okay, right? And let's start the concrete mixing. Of course, we need these sands, and of course, we got the gravel that we have just gathered. And of course, we have these ink sacks. Well, I have to tell you guys, I already have developed my addiction in killing those squids because whenever I see squids, I just started killing them. Wherever I am, even I'm just exploring or I just trying to build something and I saw some squid on the sides and I will just try to kill them. But anyway, so so now let's start the road work. So let's see how wide is this road though. This should be 1, 2, 3. So it should be 3 and 2. So yes, so maybe, yeah, let's start over here. So at least this one is a straight somehow on this part right over here. So let's make this too wide. And on the middle, we are going to have the broken yellow lines. And again, 2 more layers of this gray concrete. Well, that's how I think we should do it all over. Of course, we are going to start with the outer circle and yes, let's do it. Well, just to show you guys on how I work on these circles. So basically, for example, we have here the same similar alignment of the sea lanterns. We are going to have 2 before that and we are going to have 3. So this one has a change. So it has to be 3 layers of this concrete. And since this is similar, it has to be 2. Well, it depends on the orientation that you have. So this one is 3. So there's a change again, it's 3, and this one is the same, so it has to be 2. So basically that's how I work on this direction right over here. But since we are going to have a change of side right over here, we are going to make it facing over here. So this has a change on this part. So this one change on alignment, so basically all of them are 3. So this one is similar. On the first part, we have to make it 3 blocks of concrete, and on this one it has to be same, so it has to be 2, and this one it should be 3. So well, this one is changed. Oh, this is 3, and this one should be 3 again, and this one is 2, and this one is 3. And I know I'm kind of sound annoying right now. So basically, that's how I work on this part. I hope you get it, guys, right? And next, we are going to make the broken lines in the middle section of this road. So basically, we are going to use yellow concrete on the broken lines, of course, alternating with gray concrete, of course, the similar blocks that we have on the actual road. So basically, this yellow concrete will just mark as the division of the road. Of course, we have two-way road over here, and on some parts, we got some sort of like a highway, which we have 4 lanes, and in some parts maybe we can also add some alley in the middle. It depends on that, but definitely that's going to be a plan for later. For now, well, I know this may look odd on up close, but of course, well, this is very much pixelated up close, right? Because we are working on blocks, but when you look on the top or on the top view or from afar, it will actually look nice, especially, well, with this map right over here. So let's update this. So, well, as you can see here, well, it's not really that, totally pixelated, but from afar, it looks good. And it's fine, I guess. But yeah, so well, that's how we work. And let's finish this. And now another layer of this concrete. Of course, this is the other side of the road. Well, for this time, like I said, we are going to have a 2-lane road on this outer circle, just like what we have in the middle circle. And of course, this is kind of similar on those annexing roads going to the 3 directions that we have mentioned before. So basically, well, I know this is pretty much a redundant work, but for me, it's fine to do this. But yes, well, somehow, yeah, it really looks odd up close, but it should be okay, right? So now we're done with the roads on the outer circle, at least for the concrete part. But of course, when you look on this perspective, it ain't evident that it's a perfect circle. But when you look on the top on this map, well, it looks pretty perfect, right? But anyway, so now it's time to move on. So basically, we still need to add some more sea lanterns on the side and as well as some filling blocks to make the sidewalks on the other side of these roads on the inner side. So yeah, I'm already confused now about the terms. But anyway, so let's place the sea lanterns right over here. And reminding me about these sea lanterns, we also need to cover this with some gray wool later on. Of course, I guess we don't have enough gray wool, but let's just think about that later. And now we're done with the outer road. So basically, this looks pretty nice, right? Well, I don't know if this is something like the seaside road or something like the outer circle or whatever, but of course, later on, like I said, we are also going to cover these sea lanterns with some gray carpet. So, of course, we still have to go back, but go back to the village, but I don't want to think about that. So now, maybe it's time to work on this annexing road over here, going to this direction right over here. Of course, this is going to be the future site of one of our iron farms. Of course, we also have one of these on the other side, on the that side right over there. But anyways, so well, this is kind of confusing as well. It's kind of complicated, but I think we can manage it, right? Well, when you establish the technique, it's actually pretty easy to make. So well, we're done here on this side. So this is going to be a future side of one of our iron farms. So basically this place is already reserved. So now, well, we just need to mirror this part right over here on the other side. Definitely it's just gonna be the same technique or whatever, because I guess this is much easier compared to what we have done in the outer circles, because that part is curvy and this part is just a straight line but in diagonal formation, right? So let's update this map just to check on how it really looks like. So let's update this one, and yes, so well, it's pretty straight, right? I guess it looks fine. Well, yeah, it's all right. Well, not really that impressive, but I guess it's fine, right? So now it's time to do on this part right over here. So I guess we still have enough resources. I just need to craft a few of those. Anyways, let's work over there. Well, definitely this part right over here is pretty much easier compared to what we have done in the outer circles. But this is done now for both of the sides. Well, just one annex left, which is actually the main entrance. But for now, I guess we also need to work on some alleys on the sides right over here, because I want to divide this area into two because it's basically really big, right? So this part, let me update first this map so at least we can have a nice overview. And at least we can also see our progress so far. Well, yes, so this looks pretty nice, right? So on this part right over here, I'm thinking that this part is too big for some building. So I'm thinking that this is gonna be something like this part is going to be like the high rises, which is going to have the tall skyscrapers. And on this area right over here, we are going to have the mid-rise buildings, or the small rise, or not small rise, low rise buildings on this part right over here. So definitely we have to divide it somewhere here. We have to make an adjacent road on this part, but we still need to determine it because we need to plan out our buildings on these areas right over here. So well, of course that we have to reserve these plots for the future projects, and let's see about that. I already have marked two buildings right over in this corner. This is going to be super tall, and this is going to be twin towers, identical towers on each side right over here. So basically we have to reserve this because this is going to be this will also contain some farms. Of course, that's for you to find out in the future. So on this part right over here, this is going to be an end of the alley connecting to this direction right over here, and this alley is going to follow, or going to be parallel on the outer roads and the inner roads that we currently have. So well, and I'm starting to slow down and I need to eat, and yes, so so basically this alley will go through on this part right over here, and this part right over here in the center we are going to have the main road. Of course, you just need to connect this to the entrance of the city, and of course this alley is going to go through up to here with the same circular formation, or arc formation, because it's just only half, right? So it's actually parallel on the other side over there. So well, I guess this is a good plan, and let's do it. So already have marked the way of our alleys on this side right over here. So basically I already have removed the markings going to the roundabout or in the inner circle. So basically it will just go on this formation. So somehow, well, I guess this will work fine because I don't want to have many roads here in the roundabout. So well, let's start doing this road and I'll be back. And I totally forgot that we have used one shulker of sand for our TNTs, for our stone factory. But anyways, so we need one more shulker to continue our build for our roadworks. But anyways, of course, this is part of Minecrafting and we have to do it, right? And now we're done for the both sides on these alleys right over here and over there. So well, it's done here. So now it's time to move on. But first, of course, let's check the updates, or what we have accomplished so far on this roadwork. So let's update this map right over here, and yes, so update, and let's place it back. And well, so far it's looking good, right? So the last thing that we have to build is this road right over here. So basically this is the main road, or the highway going outside the city over there. Of course, later on we are going to build a bridge there. So well, let's do it. And pretty much this is a much easier work to do rather than those curvy and diagonal lines. Of course, this is just a straight road, and well, we don't have to worry in any patterns that we have to consider, right? But anyways, so well, later on we are also going to build a bridge going to that mainland over there, and basically, well, right after this, right? But anyways, I'll be back. And now I'm just making a simple diagonal direction of this bridge going there. Basically, we just need to connect it this platform going to that desert over there, right? So well, I don't want to make this too complicated because I'm already done making circles and curves since we started making the platform. So well, now it's time to rest our brain and just do simple things. I guess it would be fine, right? Well, this is kind of simple and actually is cleaner compared to what I have expected, because I'm thinking that we are going to have like a highway over here, but this is just going to be like a 2-lane road. Of course, well, this is just going to be like an interstate road, but I guess this is fine, right? And now we have finally reached the endpoint of this bridge, and as well as this is the endpoint of our city. Well, maybe we can also stand that later on, or maybe in the future, right? But it depends, Okay, so now it's time to do some water pouring operations. What a lame job though. But anyway, so well, we just need to convert this concrete powder into concrete just to make it look nicer and somehow futuristic, right? Well, I really like the shades of this gray and yellow. Well, it really blends pretty well. I guess so, right? At least for me. So, well, yeah. Well, this looks kind of odd, but I guess this is fine, right? But anyway, so now it's time to just convert all of the concrete powder around, and I'll be back. And doing the last bits of these water pouring operations. So basically, we're just wetting the roads. I don't mean any malicious idea about that. But anyways, so well, we're almost there. Well, this is a pretty interesting job to do, especially you just need to wet all of these roads, and yes, so well, it reached that, and yeah, so now we're done, I guess. Yeah, I think we haven't missed any spots, right? What an interesting job to do for these road operations. But anyway, so at least we're done now, right? And anyway, so well, let's check the updates. Well, we have a nice plant right over here, sunflowers. So basically, I just used that to get some yellow dyes for our yellow lines. So let's update this map just to see the progress of our city. And yes, so well, yeah, I guess this one we have to reach that for endpoint of our city right over there. And yes, so well, it's now totally updated. So basically, of course, we have a lot of plans for this city. We have, of course, going to have skyscrapers, and that's suggested to have like a boating racetrack inside our platform, but we'll still see about that if it is doable. So maybe, yeah, I actually already have done some testing in the testing world, so well, that's to find out in the future, right? But anyway, so well, we're done here. Yeah, so now it's time to get some wool. I'm going back to the village to get some more gray wool. Of course, let's check out on how much we have here. So basically, in the future, we should also have like an agricultural center over here. Of course, definitely we are going to need some cows, some sheep, and some chickens, and those stuff, and some carrots. So yeah, so we still have a couple of this gray wool right over here. But definitely this is gonna be not enough. Of course, maybe we should just go back to the village and let's start shearing some sheep, and I'll be back. So we're back here in the village to get some gray wools, and we got Ziggy right over here. Well, he's a new player here in the server, so say hi.
Hi.
Alright, so, well, he's new here in the server. He's here in the village because this is like our starter place where they can gear up. Well, of course, welcome to the server, man. And you can also check his channel and subscribe to him. For the new players, well, they can use this place. Well, we call this like the Camp Sea Pickles. They can use these crops right over here to trade with the villagers in order to get some emeralds and to trade or to buy some vending books that you can use for their gears. Of course, we're open for new players here in the server. They can use this place place to start up and gear up, just like a temporary home. We also got an XP farm in the bottom, of course, you know that, guys. So enchant armors and tools. So well, let's get back to work while Ziggy is doing his task over there. I mean, yes. So well, most likely I'm going to gather around 10 stacks of these gray wools, but anyways, of course, I got to get back to work, and I'll be back. And finally, placing the last pieces of these gray carpets. How much more though? Yeah, they're almost there. Almost there. And yes, and there's a creeper trying to chase us though. But anyway, so I'll just leave it be. But anyway, so at least now we're done with the roadwork. So I guess this is a much easier job compared to what we have done during the last episode, of course. Well, I'm also planning to do that. I'm going to have much simpler projects in every episode. But of course, like I said, we are going to have videos every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So definitely it's more videos for us, right? And more SMP series from tazzcraft. And yes, well, let's just update all of this map again, so at least you can finally see the final form of these roadworks. It's not really that much, but of course for the next episode, most likely we are going to have more exciting projects. Well, let's see about that, of course. Yes, so well, I guess everything's updated, right? So far, well, this looks pretty good, and there's like a small, no, yeah, maybe this one. Okay, let's see, and it's gone now, so let's put it back. And well, so far this is the final form of our roadworks, and I guess this is pretty good, right? So now let's take a flight, so at least we can see it from above in an actual, right? Just to end this episode, of course, we're done. We have accomplished at least something for today's episode, and I'm totally proud of it, actually, because this is still a no joke project, right? So basically, yes, this is what we have done for this episode, and well, it's really looking good from afar. Well, like what I expect, but of course up close, well, somehow it's meh. But for me, while flying over on the city, it really looks good, right? I mean, especially, it doesn't look like it's totally blocky or pixelated from afar, but yeah. So well, now let's land on our little bedroom right over here. Well, basically this is our AFK platform, but anyway, so well, looking from above here, and last glimpse, and yes, it's totally perfect, and I love what we have done here. But anyway, so this is the only time I got for this episode, so thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, please leave a like, and make sure to subscribe. This has been mikeyperion, and I'll see you guys next time.